And there are new questions surrounding a state-run psychiatric hospital. There's concern from the state representative and as well as family members who are concerned and say that their child was beaten while there. Karen Drew has been working this story for us and has some exclusive reports on it. Karen, what's going on now?
Okay, we are talking about the Walter Reuther Psychiatric Hospital. It's over in Westland. The reason why there's attention on this hospital, because there were some kids that were at Hawthorne Psychiatric Hospital in Northville earlier. They did that active shooter drill you might have recalled about a year ago. They thought that obviously they made some big mistakes in there, so they took the kids from Hawthorne, they brought them over to Walter Reuther. We reported this past summer. The kids were not allowed outside. The windows were covered. It was a hot mess, according to some of the people who are actually coming to us doing some whistleblower complaints. Then we just got word today that there's a lawsuit being filed against the state because a 9-year-old from Hawthorne who was brought over to Walter Reuther was beaten. More details on that coming out this afternoon. Meantime, a lawmaker recently just visited Walter Reuther to check things out, and he is really concerned. Take a look. What about the quality of life for these kids in terms of how they're treated? The food, getting outside. I know at one point the windows were covered. What did you find out?
Well, so the rooms we looked at, you could see outside, and that was an improvement. But we still hear from the parent groups that the food is a problem and is not good, and the transition from Hawthorne to Reuther.
And these kids are losing weight.
And they're losing weight, yeah.
Another concern the senator has, the potential for escapes from Walter Reuther.
With some of the escapes that they had at Hawthorne, obviously, you could see where there's potential there for stuff going on. When we did a tour of Reuther, the head of the hospital system in Michigan for all of our state hospitals admitted that it was very easy to escape from Hawthorne. And my question would be, why was it so easy, and why didn't we try to rectify that over the years?
Okay, so he's worried about whether or not the kids are eating. He's worried about escapes, and he's worried about really, this facility, Christy, was not built for these children. This is kind of a makeshift thing. And
so they're sharing space with adults?
Okay, so this is what's frustrating. The state says no.
Okay.
They say they are taking precautions. This lawmaker says, are those precautions good enough? We saw in Hawthorne those kids were able to escape. You weren't able to control them there. You moved all those kids over here. Have you taken the right precautions? So he's concerned about that. And then now with news this afternoon that there was a beating of a child, a 15-year-old allegedly beating a 9-year-old while staff watched. There's a whole bunch of questions in terms of how is this place being run. There's a news conference this afternoon. I'm going to head out over there this afternoon. We'll have a full report at 5, and then my investigation into the other issues we'll have at 6. But you got to feel for these families. These are children who have mental health issues that need help, and apparently the state is having some major issues on providing that care.
Well, I'm glad you're going to be at that press conference today, and you're going to have a more in-depth report for us. Thanks so much, Karen. We'll check in with you in a little bit.